You're back. You were so quick. I've only just finished my third dessert.
Your third? Lynette, come on, we've talked about this. Everything in moderation. You're not gonna have any room left for dinner now.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
That's besides the point. Well, it's done.
Point taken.
Did everything go okay?
Of course! Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him into custody as we speak.
Gosh, that's amazing. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but I...
It's okay, we understand. But you don't need to be scared anymore.
Sorry. Sorry. I always wanted to report Lorenzo. I was so afraid. Thank you all.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never showed any signs that there were problems between... to think that lowlife's been living life to the fullest all this time. At least his soul can finally rest in...
If only I'd realized.
Don't blame yourself, Gemma. Yeah, you still have the rest of your life to live.
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing a magic show at the Opera House tomorrow evening. Would you like... This show will be a special one. We're holding it...
In Caesar's honor. Thank you.
Great, we'll see you tomorrow evening. Traveler, Paimon.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No way are we gonna miss out on a free... Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah, Caesar's diary! We never found out if the two kids Caesar taught magic to were Linny and Lynette or not. Linny changed the topic back in the workshop, so we didn't get a chance to bring it up. Oh well. Guess we'll just have to ask Linny tomorrow evening.
Not this time. My brother's going solo today. So, I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's ready because the show is about to begin. The great magician Linny has prepared a spectacular show for us all tonight, concluding with an all-new grand finale that no audience has ever seen before.
Wow! A new trick!
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join me on a journey through the mystical and miraculous.
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it's just... It reminds me of him.
No wonder. Caesar was a famous magician too. So, how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Well, children love magic because they're willing to, and somehow
Aw, that sounds so...
it was with a flower. He took it in his hand, snapped his fingers, and I was so happy that...
Oh, that's so cute!
Is that right? After all, you never...
That's right. Paimon doesn't really...
Right. Yes, you can breathe easy now.
See? Even Lynette says... Wait, what? The Phantom Weasel? Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
What do you mean, Phantom Weasel?
As Linny once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role and put on a flawless performance. But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired?
What are you talking about? Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going. Come on, say something!
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all enjoying the performance so far. There will now be a brief intermission, after which Linny will perform the most electrifying act of tonight's show, the one we've all been waiting for. The final performance will take place outside of the Opera House, so please make your way outside in a calm and orderly fashion.
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places, did they? Don't worry, this place will be quiet soon. Let's talk somewhere else for now.
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood. This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but thankfully I do...
Linny? Don't we have more? Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago.
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people...
Really? Well then, let's hear...
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing... But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever... Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found her ticket to freedom. After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician.
So...
Being the master deceiver she was, the Weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now, all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes. But as she was considering how to make her move, at her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box, causing it afterwards. Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the Weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional, but I just have one question. You seem to...
Don't worry, Lorenzo's... But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing Caesar was maligned and hated by... Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise? No, not that poor lady. Perish the thought.
Wait, so you mean the whole intimidation thing was just a hoax? Gemma and Lorenzo were both in on it? But why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out even at the end instead of admitting to being the weasel himself?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Linny, if you're so confident in your version of events, then I think the answer should be obvious. Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the Weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
An excellent answer, though sadly a little dull.
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you. If you'd care to change the topic to something more interesting...
As a matter of fact, there's one thing I'd really like. Why would the real weasel have...
Of course. After all, if I had to guess... Left to fend for herself after her parents died young. She'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bin. This was her only source of happiness in life. Once again, she was betrayed. This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. I detest the I will rob them of everything they hold to be good and true.
That's some...
Now it all makes sense.
Does this story satisfy you?
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for help.
Huh. That's right, because without that, none of this would...
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the... Linny... Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat now? You were the one who posted that...
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Still as shrewd as ever. Well, no need for me to be coy about it. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's it?
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you...
10 years ago? You mean Caesar... Wait... Oh, I get it. You were those two... He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10 days or...
We remember all our debts. However, 10 years ago, Caesar's... But we did not forget.
And? What exactly did you take?
Free? Caesar once told me that even though the world is... I think that applies to you too. Life took many things from you, and those...
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that for the last 10 years... Back to Lorenzo for a second. He knew who you were and the things you'd done, and despite that, you're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. So I think you know, but that truth is gone now. And I guarantee you, you'll never see it again.
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom will cost you...
Gather round, one and all. The time has now come for the amazing Linny to perform his... I'm sure you're all wondering what he has planned for the grand finale.
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that led to his fatal fall, after which he was dubbed the Phantom Weasel. But we have now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused, and that the real Weasel has now confessed to their crimes.
Guess that's my cue to leave. Whew. I've been practicing this one for ages now, but I'm still a little nervous. Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but you alone...
Lenny, wait. You two hid a lot from Caesar. He went to his grave without ever knowing your secrets. You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So, what do we,
Like Lenny said, when you're ready, let's head outside and watch the...
But what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough. Oh, and if you'd like to see Lenny after the show...
All right. Well, let's go and watch Lenny's finale then. This trick's a pretty dangerous one, but he should be able to pull it off, right?
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. Guess we can rest a bit. I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? Guess we can rest a bit. You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? Guess we can rest a bit. I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. I still have a lot to do with the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? Guess we can rest a bit. You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. Guess we can rest a bit. should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. Guess we can rest a bit. You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. Guess we can rest a bit.
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day, you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Lenny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
How could he possibly have done that?
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished, right in front of my eyes.
What a heart-stopping magic show! This was really worth the trip. Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Linny has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow, even if I do say so myself. Whew. Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale. Paimon doesn't see Linny anywhere. Where'd he go? Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But, where is that? Oh, you mean the one where Caesar's buried? Yeah, that's probably it. This whole magic show kinda seemed like Lenny's way of saying goodbye to Caesar. So it makes sense that that's where he'd be afterward. Alright, let's go look for him there. Lenny! There you are. Are you alright? Paimon was scared to death when the chain broke. Paimon was sure something had gone horribly wrong.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. That's our job. So I tweaked. I was honestly a little nervous during the live. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo?
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask.
After I joined the House of the Hearth, I told you about my past before, remember? As a young boy, I survived by secretly learning but I quickly realized that observation alone could only get. I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand. We were gifted enough that we'd made some.
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes. We figured there was. In all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. But for instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, but in truth, there was already a lot. What amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips. Even trust is a beautiful thing.
Lenny.
Still worried about the way I feel? But don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the house. After Caesar went on tour, we became busy with our missions. The next we heard of him was that he'd fallen to his death. That night, I remembered his smile. To keep secrets is to put up walls. The longer you keep them up, the less you let people in. You only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely. That's why I was so confident this would hurt Gemma.
Yeah, we've had to say our fair share of delicious food, fun toys. You know, Traveler, doesn't that kinda make you Paimon's truth?
Exactly. It's the same for me and Lynette. Life has taken plenty from us, like it did from Gemma. But at least it left us with each other. That's what gave us the strength to get through the darkest days. That's why the darkness never consumed me and why it never will. All right, time to lighten this conversation up a little.
It was amazing! Paimon just, Lenny, could you do...
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly...
Aw, come on! Surely you can think of something. The Lenny...
Oh, all right then. I'll give it a go, but only because it's you. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar! There's nothing in your hand! We ain't going along with this!
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me. Okay, try this. Count down with me. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1!
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appeared somewhere else.
Really? Let's see. Wow, there it is! Oh, this is a different flower from the last time, right? This one's called, oh yeah, a rainbow rose. But more importantly, Paimon has to know how the trick is done, please!
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing me as teacher.
Ugh. Fine. Please, teacher, please!
Since you asked so nicely, I'll share one little tip with you. Namely, the student of magic cannot solely rely on others being prepared to reveal...
Is that it?
Ah, look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I bid you both good night. I look forward to seeing you again.
All right, fine. See ya. Shall we head back now, too? Oh, Paimon can't wait to read the Steambird tomorrow. Paimon bets Linny and Caesar will be Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow morning and see what...
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but
Oh, please, Linny, I'll only take a moment of your time.
Huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was but just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancé—
That was quick.
Too late, bro.
That was quick, you say? Aha! My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide.
maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better—
Huh. Okay, then. Oh, I remember now! You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. What happened between you? Quickfire question! Where did you all go after the show?
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Linny did a private magic trick just for us. Actually, glad you mentioned it, because that reminds Paimon. Guess.
What? I don't recall ever having received.
No, I just...
What the? What now? This is getting.
Seems like this interview— forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news, wait, apparently one of the things she's— All right, I guess I'll leave you to—
Lynette?
Don't worry, I wasn't angry. I was.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you.
You and me both...
Please, take good care of that rainbow. I'd be really upset if you lost.
Another test subject.
Water jet!
Suffocate!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Freeze! Cool it! Don't get frostbite! Freeze!
I got careless.
Water jet!
Picked the wrong test subject.
You're open!
Water jet!
Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
Dodge this! Time for retribution!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Oh, so sorry. Cool it!
Busted.
Freeze!
Quietly now.
Oh. I didn't expect you two to get here so early.
I was up last night preparing for the lecture, but I ended up...
Lesson plan? But the training center has already developed its own... Sure. It's almost time for the lecture to start.
Huh. So you've already... There's something else I want to ask.
No need to stress. There are 14 class...
20 people, huh?
Oh, and one last thing. I'm sorry to say this, but your friend...
Sorry about that.
Hey there. Can I help you? Oh, well, I heard he earned a fortune working as a renowned... if the...